I love to fish. My earliest memories were catching snapper in Port Phillip Bay, some 40 odd years ago. And today, I've turned that passion into a career, and it's the best job in the world.
This is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you.
On the water, 200 days a year, I get to battle and film some of the biggest fish in the ocean, and then share it in magazines and newspapers and TV shows around the world.
Yes!
But it's not all roses. I have to fish, rain, hail or shine.
Oh God, I'm wet, I'm freezing cold, and I'm loving it! Woo-hoo!
And take on the wildlife to produce the goods.
There's only a million sharks in there, she'll be right.
But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, because there is nothing as exciting as getting up close and personal with big fish, especially when you do it from a trailer bait, a tinny or even a kayak.
Yep, got it. Go McGlashan.
Better still, I get to do it with some of the best fishers in the country.
I'll tell you one thing, no other show goes to this length to catch a fish, and I'll guarantee that.
So join me, McGlashan, on a fishing adventure like no other, catching big fish from small boats. With the boat packed, we headed up the coast to Hat Head. Our crew for the day, gun angler Vic Levitt and good old Brent from the Complete Angler. And we safely crossed the bar and headed to sea. And we didn't have long to wait to get into the action.
Well, we just put the gear in, and what we decided, we got Brent up from Complete Angler at Kempsey, so I'm a little bit struggling here. And what we thought was, because we haven't fished Barry's Bay, that we'd just have an explore around, you know. I fished it a few times over the years, but never really. So we put up a couple of laser pros out to see what was going on. Straight away, we're on. This is the problem with this style of fishing, is hooking the fish is just the easy part. We then have to get it through the sharks, and there's a bit of a taxing system in nature out here, and it never comes out in our favour. Well, not for the poor old fish we've hooked anyway. Come on, be a mackerel. Feels a little bit tunerish, I'm not 100%. We actually think first when it bit, we called it for mackerel, and then we just had a flash of colour then, and it was long and brown. Now normally you go, oh, that sounds like a shark, but it could be a cove. And that's the beauty of fishing these inshore grounds here, you know. See how close we are to shore, is you don't know what you're going to get. It could be a spotted mackerel, could be a Spanish mackerel, could be a cobia, could be a little black marlin, could be a brown coat shark, could be a, well, you name it, it could be. Run out of names, by the way. Dolphin fish in here. Longtail.
I might take him.
Hey, he's going on the menu. Well, we're pretty sure it's a longtail now. I don't think it's a mac tuna. Now these longtails, they come down every year. They follow with the mackerel, with the spotties. They come down. We caught one back in season 1. It was actually the Vic up at Southwest Rocks. Sorry, at Coffs Harbour. We'd been fishing for snapper, and we had a live bait out on top and hooked a nice big longtail, or bluefin, they call them as well. Not the same as the bluefin we catch down south though. So we're going to keep these fish to eat because they're absolutely sensational sashimi. Come on, that's it. Spin round. Here we go.
remember, to get social with big fish, small boats, check out the website bfsb.com.au. Follow us on Facebook or watch all the episodes from past seasons on YouTube. And for the latest fishing reports and pics, check out McGlashan on Instagram. Coming up, it's a double hookup on tuna.
There you go. Shot.
Good work.
Hold him there. Yep, that's
Good
it.
work.
Good work. Woohoo! Now that's a good fish. Now, have a look at this. This is a beautiful longtail. Now, way up in northern Queensland, Northern Territory, West Australia, you catch lots of them, generally smaller on lures. But down here in New South Wales, this is really rare. In fact, I've never actually caught one on a lure before. Laser Pro just trolling, and it shows with the old trick of just experimenting. We got up here, Vic said, let's run through the grounds a bit and just get a feel for where we are. A couple of Laser Pros out the back. Right. Obviously, we've kept this fish. And for that, we need to bleed it. Now, it is a little bit of a, it's a bit of blood on TV, but if you want to look after these fish, it is a priority. But before I do, first thing I'll do is get rid of the lure, because that can be a problem for you. Treble hooks in fish are almost as much as they are in people, so just want to get these trebles out of here. And you can see how much they jam in when they're in like this. Of course, now I won't be able to get the bastards out. There we go. You can see there, so that lure was brand new when we started, and one fish has already trashed it. Now, before I go and just cut this fish and bleed him, I just wanted to show you, and now if Vic drops that down, look at it, streamline. This is why these fish are so fast. Look at that, you can't even tell it's there. Absolutely amazing ingenuity, yeah. Folds in. And sometimes we say dumb fish, but for their environment, they're absolutely amazing. So this fish, we're going to bleed him, which is just basically a matter of putting the knife in there, round behind the fin, and then you'll see the blood come out there. You roll it over, do it on the other side, same thing. It is a bit bloody and it is a bit gory, but for having good eating fish, beautiful sashimi, that's the way to do it. This fish is now going on ice, so we've got to cool him down because his body temperature's come up, and then he's going to be turned into dinner.
With the photos out of the way, the weather turned south. Luckily, it didn't last for long. While Vic focused on driving, he busted his fish off.
I only touched it for 2 minutes. Vic's been casting all along that edge, just casting, you know, and I just go, yep, I'm on. Well, how's that for a bit of excitement? We're just trolling. And Vic had put a popper out because we'd caught a fish there earlier, the longtail, on top. We had a livey down deep and one on the top to try and get a mackerel. Brent hooked up, screamed off. Vic got bitten off completely. I went to get the popper out of the way and you just see this crack across the surface. Oh yeah, baby.
Make yourself the complete angler by winning the ultimate fishing prize. A Bluefin drifter 3.8 with front casting deck and full floor. Sitting pretty on a Dumbier trailer. Powered by a 2-stroke 15 horsepower outboard motor. And better still, there's $2,000 worth of awesome Shimano fishing gear to get you hooked up to that big fish out of a small boat. Plus there's an inshore safety equipment kit and comprehensive boat insurance with the boys at Club Marine. And it's all registered. That's $10,000 worth of prizes. And it's easy to enter. Just buy any product from The Complete Angler for your chance to win. And for full terms and conditions, visit CompleteAngler.com.au. The Complete Angler, supplying fishermen with the complete fishing experience since 1967.
Losing heaps.
Coming up, the fight continues.
Did I tie this on?
While I was still attached, Brent lost his fish.
We've got the other problem, we've got to worry about sharks. We keep saying it, but we keep getting the same problem. Losing heaps. Such a typical tuna thing. It's just this go down and hold, and it's like, oh, I hate this bit. Look at this little reel go, you know. It's only a little one. You don't have to spend a heap. That's the thing we want to show you as well. Inadvertently, I might add. Whoop. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, shark. See when I go, uh-oh? There's a reason behind that. Light tackle and bluefin? No chance. Not when these sharks are around. Oh, they got me popper back though. You can see it suddenly vibrates and stuff as the shark's eating him. And I got me popper back. Ho-ho! Look at that. Tuna chew. You can tell there. Oh, guessing it was a tuna. It's not smashed up by a mackerel. If there's one thing that's happening now, I'll fish on the heavy gear. These guys can take the light stuff. That's hard work. All right, I'm driving. Now, if there's one tip I can offer you, and this is not about fishing, but it's about safety. New South Wales North Coast, in fact, most of New South Wales has bar crossings, and they can go from atrocious to really easy. We've had a few deaths over the years, so it's come down to the point where if you wear a life jacket, you've got a much better chance of survival. Now, it's not about swimming, because if you fall in there or the boat rolls over, you might be unconscious. And that's why, obviously, we're using these new generation ones. They pop up immediately as soon as you're in the water, even if you're unconscious. It seems silly. I'm not a big fan of wearing them, but if it keeps you alive, it's essential. And in places like New South Wales, it's also law. And plus, if it gets me through there safe, it's worth doing, and I'll wear it.
Sticking to the same game plan, we worked the same area, and finally, Brent hooked up.
Yeah, you could say this is product testing for Brent. Last year he was out with us when we were doing Big Fish Small Boats Season 2. We're up in the river catching bass. Bit easier than doing this stuff. This time he gets to test out its stellas and all the harder stuff, bigger fish.
The New South Wales North Coast is a mecca for all things fishing. With countless rivers, coastal reefs and islands, it can produce a wide range of species from mackerel to marlin and everything in between. Better still, with crystal clear waters and beautiful beaches, it's a destination that'll keep the whole family happy. Coming up, the battle continues for Brent.
Now, one tip I can offer that's a real complete angler tip. In fact, we've got a complete angler on here at the moment. So, is that you see how Brent keeps consistent with that rod, nice and loaded. At the same time, he's talking to Vic. Vic's using the boat to come up on the fish. If you didn't do this, you wouldn't be able to catch these fish. It's that simple. There used to be a rule, an old school of thinking that the guys are going, oh no, we don't chase fish, we just sit there and, you know, rewind them in traditionally. Well, we might let this one go, we're not sure yet. We're gonna have a look at him and see. If you want to look after fish, you want to get them as quick as you can. Plus, on top of that, here we've got the issue of the sharks. I don't fall into the camera. You've got the GST Shark Special. You know that they're going to tax everything we catch if they get a chance. So use the boat. You got Vic on the wheel. He's bloody good. So he's going to keep getting up on this fish. It's going to make the fight shorter, and we're going to catch that fish quicker. And that is a genuine tip for the complete angler.
Gotcha. How hard was that?
Have a look at this.
So much harder when you don't gaff them.
So we're just going to put a tag in this one. You can see there he's pushed it in and turned it round so it's locked into the phones.
Longtails are targeted commercially for the dreaded canned tuna industry, right throughout Asia. But luckily, in 2006, they were declared recreational only in Australia, and now they're thicker than ever.
It's that much harder not to gaff them when you got to bring them in live and tag them. Makes it really difficult. But
Well,
we did it.
We've done it. Well done, mate. Your first longtail point plumber.
Plummer, yeah.
I had to get that in. He's local, he knows his stuff, just hasn't caught one here yet. You know, it's amazing how this day's changed. We started with one fish. Well, no, actually, we started with the bluefin because mine was bigger and stuff, you know, I might add. Well, that wasn't quite the way we planned to close the show. You know, we caught all those longtails, we had a ball, everything was great. We're about to thank Brent and tell him how great the North Coast is, and the camera died. It's part of the business. We get it wet out there and there's nothing we can do. And now it's a month later, slight expense in there, but finally we're finishing the show. Now, if there's 3 tips I can offer that are going to help you catch a whole lot more fish. First and foremost, if you're live baiting like we were on those inshore grounds, it pays to troll some laser pros around. Just have a look. In our case, we caught the tuna. Secondly, if the sharks are going to give you grief, fish heavy. Don't use a light tackle. You'll never land anything. So go heavy, land them. And finally, and most importantly, wear your life jackets when you're crossing the bar. Play it safe and you'll catch more fish.